The right hates diversity, but capitalism depends on it. One of the things that the right often talks about, we saw this originally with Ben Shapiro, we see this championed by the likes of Patrick Bet-David, and we see this all over the world, even in Aotearoa with Winston Peters, people bemoaning diversity and the notion of multiculturalism. The idea of critiquing multiculturalism seems to be a mutation of kinds, kind of maldeveloped organism. What I mean by that is it's a kind of code word for essentially saying, I want a certain demographic within X country to be dominant. The reality is that diversity is a reality. That is simple. There will always be diversity of human beings, of cultures, of religions, and so on and so forth. The idea, the secret of civilization, this goes all the way back to Matua Plato and Matua Socrates and so on and so forth. The secret of civilization is to learn not to eat each other while being diverse. That's sort of the idea. Hence, early experiments such as Uruk, the city. Now, the human animal hasn't always been good at that, but we live in a time of unprecedented visibility for different groups, and many of those on the right are complaining about this, saying, we want a sort of, Christian, Anglo sort of narrative, whatever. The fact is that when the likes of them, or, for example, Tucker Carlson, bemoan the diversity and so on and so forth, this is the world they wanted. It kind of reminds me of Matua Jean-Paul Sartre, who said, we have the world we deserve. The reality is, when it comes to the right, you got the world that you wanted. Why is that? Well, if we look at the work of Matua Mark Fisher, we see that capitalism necessitates diversity. Why is that? Well, it's a very simple thing. When you have a business ontology, when you are driven solely by the profit motive, then you will go everywhere and anywhere. Because guess what? Every community has money. Everyone has money. Even if it's just a cent, they have it. And so therefore, you want to appeal to everyone. Hence, Bud Light with their Dylan Mulvaney ad. They figured, why not expand profits? Because that is the profit motive, this ever sort of growing behemoth. Matua Marx talked about this, where the capitalist system kind of takes on a life of its own, and it just consumes more and more and more. And so, therefore, what you get is this wokeness that the right complains about, this sort of pedestalizing of different groups, but it's in a condescending way. It's not genuine diversity. It's not a genuine broad coalition of workers, tenants, and debtors. It is solely identity-based politics. And that is a product of the right. The reality is in the same manner that Matua Jean-Paul Sartre said, we have the world we deserve. The reality is that for those of you on the right, you got the world you wanted.